Hello, hello everyone. Yes, today I am late. And from tomorrow onwards, I'll start at sharp 8 p.m. Okay, today there's a delay, but from tomorrow onwards, we'll start at sharp 8 p.m. Okay. Sir, dinner कर रहे थे शायद. I no, I take the dinner somewhere around 10:30 or 11. Bad habit. So that was not a dinner time. To be banker. Rather than to be banker, I will be banker. Good evening. Just wait for another 1 or 2 minutes, then we'll start. Push up. Acoustic. Good evening. Good evening, Abhishek, Ashutosh. Good evening, everyone. I'm good. So as I told in the last class, not last class, the interactive session which we have conducted yesterday. Okay, from today onwards, I am going to start the subject properly, and I emphasize one thing yesterday: the conceptual clarity. Okay, we have to focus on conceptual clarity. Once you will have a conceptual clarity, things going to be bit easier for you. You are going to make the things means you can handle few things on your own also, right? So right now I am on BOP and Forex part 3. So last video. What should I do next? Right now I'm BOP. Means if you have a time, then continue. If you do not have a time, means you have an ample amount of time to watch those videos also, you can continue. Otherwise, you can go from here also. If the BOP you are going to cover there, no? BOP and Forex. After that, you can stop watching and continue from here. Complete that part, BOP, another thing of last year's video, because BOP is a kind of important thing. After that, you can stop and you can focus from here only. Standing style of teaching. Any avatar for me. Acha. Actually, that is a teaching only. वो बैठ के means teaching while sitting is not appropriate thing. But whatever we have at that point of time, we have managed with that. Now, this is going to be. So I was telling you in the last class. Okay, if you have any other question, we will take it at the means while winding up the class. Now focus what I am going to explain and teach you here, right? So I told you conceptual clarity, and then I told you three things: central banking, and budgeting, and third is balance of payment. These are the core of your entire economics, right? These are the core thing. If you able to understand these three topics properly, then rest of the thing is going to be a bit easier for you. Even right now, like topics like inflation, when we will do the central banking RBI, we will understand the concept of inflation, because our central bank like RBI is also what inflation targeting central bank. Okay, so most of the things are going to be covered here, and we will do it from that perspective. So if you'll see all these three topics, like it is the budgeting which impact each and everything. But first we will do the central banking, and from central banking we will go to what? Budgeting. And then we will move towards what? Balance of payment. In that way we are going to understand these things, right? So let's start first with what? Let's start first with central banking. Central banking, right? So before moving towards the central banking, first let's understand the banking itself, right? So the term bank, the term bank itself, bank, if you'll ask a definition from any aspirant, what is bank? Bank is what? Bank is an organization which accepts the deposit for the purpose of lending. This is the simplest definition of bank anywhere, right? Whether here or anywhere in the world, the simplest definition of bank is what? The simplest. I'm putting the phone in my pocket. I'll take your questions later. Let's focus and understand from here. Right. So if you will ask someone ki what is bank, so they are going to, even in the layman term, right? Even in the layman term, if you are going to ask someone ki what is bank, they are going to say that ki the organization which accept the deposit and provide the loan, that is bank. In more sensible way of defining the bank is, banks are an organization, company. They accept the deposit for the purpose of lending. This is the common accepted definition for the bank. But I hope you also heard the term river bank. River bank, right? In Sanskrit and Hindi it is ghat, right? Nadi ka ghat. So ghat, fine. So ghat, not kinara, not riverside. The term is, another term is riverside. River side. But to some extent we are not using the riverside every time when we talk about Banaras, like Dashashwamedh Ghat, where the Ganga Aarti is going to be performed on daily basis. That is Ghat, the river bank. At the river bank of Ganga, at Dashashwamedh Ghat, there is a Ganga Aarti going to be held every day, right? So the term specifically use Ghat, right? And in English it is used as what? Bank. So why they use this term bank in the context of river? And for that place only, not for each and every side of the river, only for that purpose. The reason is कि if you will see the flow of water in the river, maybe is going to increase, decrease, and sometimes there is no water at that place. But ghat or bank is a place where you will always find a water. Maybe sometimes level is going to be up during the rainy season and level is going to down. But definitely there will be water at river bank, right? The purpose why they create the stairs, because sometimes level is going to be up, level is going to be down, and with the stairs you are able to understand that level is rising or falling, but water will be there, right? So that term bank in the context of geography, river bank, and in the context of economics. So when we come to the economics, the bank is a place where always there is a money. Money will be always there, right? So at a place where there always a money, that term is what? Money bank, right? So money bank. So this is how this term got attention in the Europe, especially during 14th and 15th century, right? And that term became very popular during 17th and 18th century, and from 18th century onwards, after the Industrial Revolution, that is one of the key aspects of the economic system of any country, bank, right? So it was earlier as a money bank, gradually over the year, money bank, money bank, money bank. So money bank means bank, or bank means money bank. So that is why people stop saying money bank, they start using the term bank. Means what they understand when we use the term bank, a place where there will always a money, right? For what purpose we will discuss later, but the term bank itself means that a place where there is always a money. Modern day definition, like I told you in the beginning, the bank is a place or bank is an organization which accepts the deposit for the purpose of lending. But how this term evolved? During 14th and 15th century, the term evolved itself, a place where there is always a money, right? So in that way, the term is coined and become popular. Okay, now still we have not started central banking, just explain the term bank, fine. Now if you will see the humans, right? So humans are species on this earth, right? Everybody know that. But what is the special feature of humans, they have better socialization in comparison to any other species on this planet. Fine. So the ability to socialize, ability to communicate, right, and do the communication effectively, and having higher cognitive faculty means they are able to use the brain in the better sense in comparison to any other animal, right, and socialization. So humans, they start making a society, and we know in terms of earlier, in the very beginning there was a civilization like Harappan civilization, Mesopotamian civilization, Yellow River Valley civilization, right? So socialization, initial socialization, that is known as different Indus Valley civilization, Mesopotamian civilization. So because humans are having the higher cognitive faculty, that is why they are able to make complex demand rather than simple demand, food, hunger and sex of other animals. They have food, hunger and sex, whereas humans have complex understanding. So that is why they are able to make the other demands also, right? And this is why one human have to interact other human also for the purpose of transactions in order to fulfill their needs, right? So how I can do the transaction? The initial and the basic way of transaction was what? Barter system. Barter system. The oldest system of transaction between two entities, the barter system, right? So under the barter system, people can go and exchange their goods, right? They can exchange their goods and fulfill their need. Even today we have the barter system. You can go to some place, or especially in the case of utensils, you can give the old one and get the new one, right? So this is still happening in the villages, very prominent system, still available, barter system. Even at the international level, international trade, sometimes barter system works, right? So barter is the oldest one and still functional. But there is an issue in the barter system. What is the issue in the barter system? If you want something, for example, if you need product A, right? You need product A and you have product B, right? Your need is related to what? Product A, and what you have for exchange, the B. So you must find someone who need what? A. At the same time, he need B and he also have what? A. So you need A product and you have product B. So in order to get the product A which you need, you must find someone who have A in excess and in the need of B, right? So this is why when the system is going to be big and complex in the nature, complex in the sense that earlier, like let's food, right? For food we have to work, right? There was a no fridge, AC, such kind of things are there. So human demands are very simple in the nature. That is why barter was effective. But gradually civilization built up, right? People start living in the small societies, then big societies like village, from village to the big village, and they make the state, right? So in such kind of a setup, the demands are complex and you are not able to fulfill all those demands with what? With the system of barter. That is why humans started using the precious stones, right? So they started using the stones which are look very good, right? So they started using those stones in order to fulfill their needs and demands, right? But again, these stones, the precious stones, have their own limitation. You cannot give the proper shape and size, right? And weight also. So this is why humans still want some alternative, right? And this need of getting an alternative is still going on. You can see that. You start with the stones. We started with the barter. Then we started using stones. Then we started using metals. Then we started using what? Paper currencies. Now the digital currency. Things are still evolving. Human demands are unlimited in the nature, and this is the classic example. You started with the barter. From barter you went to the using of stones. Then you are going to use the metals only. Then metal shifted to paper. Paper and metal both were used. Now we are talking about the bitcoins and other cryptocurrencies for the purpose of exchange. So this is we are going to discuss here, right? So you started using the stones, but the problem with the stones is you cannot give the proper shape and size. Then some progress in the metallurgy, and you find some precious metals like gold, silver, copper, alloy metals. So they will start being in use for the transactional purpose. And all those kings or the rulers, they are also interested to use the metal over the stones. They are not interested in precious stones. They are having more interest in what? Coins. Why? Because they can give the shape and size to the coin. Even वो हिंदी में बोलते हैं ना, अरे हमारे नाम का सिक्का चलता है, right? There is a coin in my name, right? So this is how this different empires they issue the coins, gold coin, silver coin in their name. So that is going to give you more satisfaction. Stones were basically started using for the purpose of ornamental purpose, decoration purpose. Whereas these things like metallic coins, they were being in use for the purpose of transaction. So if you will see the human history from civilization era, from the era of civilization till then 14th 15th century, metallic coins were only in use. No other way. They are using what? Metallic coins, especially gold, silver, copper and some alloy metals were used up to 15th 16th century. From 15th 16th century onwards, especially if you look the history of Europe, right? If you will see the history of Europe, what you will find? You will find in the history of Europe there is a Renaissance. Renaissance means what? Like awakening. Awakening. You are awakening again. Means you are focusing on more rational thing. You are not completely dependent upon the religion. You are going to have a reason and logic while doing any action. So if I am going to do something, first I will think why I am doing, is I am doing right thing or not. Otherwise I will not do this thing. So this is the kind of Renaissance which we have seen in the 15th century, 16th century Europe. And with the Renaissance, the focus on science, and that scientific advancement led to what? Industrial revolution, right? And that industrial revolution just not bring the revolution in the production, right? Industrial revolution means what? Use of machines, and that machines allowed us to go for more and more production, right? Means now you can go for 24/7 production. This is what we know about the industrial revolution. But no, that industrial revolution not just revolutionized the production. That industrial revolution have revolutionized many things, including the evolution of financial system. So before industrial revolution, what financial system means? There are certain people who are rich. Why? Because they have more metallic wealth in comparison to other, right? There was a king who have his own treasury, and that treasury is also full of what? Metallic wealth, right? So king and some rich people. And there is a merchant class who do the merchant activity, selling and purchasing activity from one place to another place. But the entire system is evolving about what? Metal. Metallic coins were used. So some sort of lending and borrowing in the very simplest way, peer to peer, like one person is lending to other person, right? So this was the lending. There was no like an organized lending kind of the system. Seth Sahukars were there and they go for lending, and metallic coins were used. Sometimes if in the case of drought or any kind of the natural calamity and disaster, then maybe the treasury of king is going to provide some financial help, right? So this is the system and how the financial system was working. Even we cannot call it as a system. Why? Because there is one component or one thing is there which is working in the entire system to provide their needs and requirements, right? So we cannot call it as a system, right? So there is a kind of mechanism, we can call it as a financial mechanism was there using of the metallic coins, fine. But with the advent of what? Industrial revolution, things were moving in a very fast pace. And if you will see before industrial revolution, Europe. Why I'm using the Europe? Why I'm not using the India? Because Europeans bought those system in India. So we will first understand the origin, where these things were originated. Then we will come to the India, right? Indian case will be also discussed. So what happened? If you will see the European society before Industrial Revolution, there was a system of feudal system. Like in India, there is a system of zamindars, na? There are the zamindars. They are having the ownership of big land and people are working under them. So there is a system of feudalism. Feudalism means there are the lords, feudal lords, and under them they have a huge amount of agricultural land, and in that land workers are working there, right? So this was the system, and society was basically based on system of agriculture. So agriculture was a primary activity, right? So till then, Industrial Revolution, if we talk about Industrial Revolution, so before Industrial Revolution, agriculture was a primary activity, right? And this primary activity is performed through feudal system, where there are the feudal lords and under them there are the workers who work there, and for that they will get the payment in the terms of what? Metallic coins. So there is a feudal lord who is the owner and there are workers. So these workers never have a chance to become what? Feudal lord. Or in other words, they never have a chance to become a rich. Why? Because that is hereditary system. After this generation of feudal lord, the next generation automatically going to hold the land. Similarly, these people are going to be remain worker only. Fine. But when the Industrial Revolution came, Industrial Revolution has created a new system. Earlier there was feudals, right? Feudals. But here a new class known as capitalist came into the picture, right? So just listen all those things patiently, step by step. You are going to get in the main theme. Maybe some people are thinking, sir, why this capitalism and political science kind of the thing you are explaining? No, I'm using that thing to explain the core thing in which we have an interest, right? So this new system came with the help of what? Industrial Revolution. What happened actually? Some inventions were being done, like steam engine and other machines were being created. And with the help of these machines, you can go for what? Production. And with that production, you can go for what? You can go for selling and making profits. So if anyhow you are able to purchase those machines, right? If you are able to purchase those machines, you can also become what? Capitalist, a rich man, right? In the feudal system, that was not possible because it is hereditary. It is hereditary, right? It is hereditary. So in feudal system, there is no chance of you to become a rich if you are a poor person, right? And here there is an immense opportunity. Like recently, it was Jack Dorsey, then Parag Agrawal, now Elon Musk, right? So Twitter is moving from one hand to another hand. So that is a capital, right? Suppose that it was hereditary. Fine, if it was a hereditary, like it is a property of a British Queen. So earlier it was Elizabeth, now it is whosoever is the king right now, he is going to be the owner of the Twitter, if the feudal system was there, right? So in the feudal system, there is no chance for you until unless the owner of that property is going to say that Tathastu, aaj se tumhara, now you are the owner. If he is going to do that, only then you can become a rich person. Otherwise, there is no chance for you, even whatever ability, whatever talent you have, right? So this is why only few people are happy with this feudal system. Rest of the people, they are not happy, but they do not have any choice. Industrial Revolution provide them choice, even a chance. I can also become what? whatever I want, a rich man or woman. Fine. So this is why people started showing their interest in what? Capitalist system. And later on, this capitalist system is also very fruitful for the government, because this capitalist system is able to generate more employment, more income in comparison to the feudal system. So government also become what? More financially strong. So government also tilted towards where? Capitalist system. So by the end of 18th century in the Europe, entire feudal system was whipped out and there is a proper what? Capitalist system. Okay. Here, I told you, if you are having an ability, to purchase what? If you are having an ability to purchase machine, fine, then there is a chance for you to become what? Rich. Fine. So this is how in Europe, especially in the Europe, people start thinking about ki let's try to get money in order to purchase the machine, in order to purchase the raw material and hire the laborers. I'll have a laborers, I have raw material, I have machine, I'll make a product, I'll sell that product in the market. On the revenue of that revenue, I will pay to the workers, I will pay the tax, and rest of the profit is going to be what? Mine. Right. So the purpose of purchasing machines, for the purpose of hiring laborers, for the purpose of what? Raw material, you need what? Money. Earlier, money was used only for the purpose of exchange, like purchasing, selling and purchasing of the agriculture related goods. But now hiring the laborers, purchasing a raw material, right? Building a factory, paying the rent. Earlier there was no system of the rent, right? Or no prominent system of the rent. But now maybe you are not able to own that place, right? But you know that small place is more than sufficient for me to establish a machine here. So as of right now, I do not have a money, so I am not going to purchase this land. I will take this land on the basis of what? On the basis of renting system. So the system of rent is there. So for the renting purpose, for the raw material purchase purpose, for the payment of the workers, we need what? Money. And we know that once we are going to sell the product in the market, we are going to get that money and we can pay the rent, we can pay the worker's salary, we can pay from whom we have bought the raw material, right? So this is why the system of what? The system of credit started. Like you negotiated with the landowner, sir, give me this piece of land on the rent, right? So he said that pay the rent. He said, sir, right now I'm not able to pay the rent, but give me some time. At the month end, I'm going to sell my product, or just give an example. Huh? So just you have negotiated, give me some time or give me this place on the rent, right? And I'll do the production activity here, and once I'll earn the money, I'll pay your rent. Similarly, I'll pay whatever the raw material I'm purchasing, I'm going to pay you for that thing. So system of credit, right? The system of credit start evolving. Fine. So system of credit start evolving. Demand of money. Demand of money, which was limited. Before Industrial Revolution, the demand of money start getting what? Increasing or not? Demand of money till then feudal system. It was very simple and straightforward, right? For agriculture, like you have to go for agriculture, right? So for agriculture, at that point of time, no machines were there. Today we have a machines, but at that point of time, there is no machine. So minimum requirements were there. So the money is required only for when you are going to purchase or sell. That is limited there. So small amount of money was in circulation, right? But with the advent of the capitalist system, more demand of money start coming, and the availability of metallic coins at that point of time was not able to fulfill those demands. Which demands? The demand of money. So money is getting, like we have this amount of metallic coin in our system. With the advent of industrial revolution, the demand for money is like this. So either you have to print or mint, not print, sorry, mint more metallic coins, or you have to find some alternative solution. Fine. Either you have to go for what? Either you have to go for minting more metallic coins, right? Or you have to go for what? Or you have to go for have read about the starting of coins in transaction with God goddess picture using the 3rd century BC. Then what would be the period of like transaction? Are bhai Modi ji, please go in such kind of facts with the history, right? My purpose is just what? My purpose is he is asking ki have read about the starting of the coins in the transaction with God and goddess picture during the 3rd century BC. Then what could be the period of metallic usage in the transaction? Yeah, see, I just want to give a kind of scenario ki what happened in which century, AD or BC. All these things is a thing for the historians. We are not interested in that, and even RBI is not going to ask, right? So just try to understand ki, like what means. I cannot say that it's a story, right? Because story also have the fictional things, but here we are trying to understand the perception. What are the circumstances? How the banks evolved. So this is our focus. Fine. So Modi ji, kindly focus on that thing only. Acha, one more thing. Yeah, those who are aware of me, I told yesterday that thing also. Don't feel feel bad ki sir is targeting me, or like I have this thing, and I always feel that ki for me it is all about you. If you are going to become an RBI officer, I feel that ki I become an RBI officer. I tried to achieve few things in my life and I failed. I was not able to do that. So with the teaching, I am able to achieve all those things because of you only, right? So with lot of emotions I teach. So sometimes kind of you think that I am bullying you. It is not my objective to bully you, just for some fun, so that the lectures will go in night, not just very intense kind of the thing. Right? So I do this thing, don't worry about that thing, okay? And don't take it personally. Okay, Rishabh? Huh. So I was student of UPSC back in 2012, right? Almost 10 years. Yeah, I forgot most of the things, right? I need to brush up all those knowledge. Then I can tell you about the history, right? So let's come back to the point. So what I was telling you, the demand of money, which was limited to this, right? Earlier, that right now it is like this, and we have this amount of metallic coins available in our system, and this is the size of demand which is rising and rising. So one thing is we try to mint more metallic coin to catch up this demand of money, right? This is the supply of metallic coins. We will try to catch up with this demand. How? We will try to catch up this demand by minting more and more metallic coins. But the thing is that any country at any point of time have the limited metallic wealth. So it is not humanly possible that every time you are going to mint. Then how to solve this problem? How to solve this problem? Right. So some people who are having limited ability of wealth and means limited resources, but they started using their sharp mind in order to solve this problem, right? Just a fictional example, right? For example, in a particular place there is a person X, and this person X went to what? A wealthy person, that is, suppose that person B. So he is a rich person, right? He is a rich person, and he went there and he said that, sir, if you will give me 100 gold coins, I will return 110 gold coins after 1 year. If you will give me 100 gold coins, I'll return 110 gold coins after 1 year, right? So that rich man said that, how I can trust you, right? How I can trust you. So person X, he said that, sir, I'm running an organization, or basically I want to run an organization named as bank. And not only you, there are other people. I have presented that proposal to all of them. Like he is a B1, he is a B2, he is a B3, right? So he went to all these three rich men and he said that, sir, this is my proposal. If you will share your wealth, I am going to have an organization named as what? Bank, right? So this bank is going to fulfill the need of who? Capitalists who need what? For the purpose of land, for the purpose of labor, and the purpose of capital. For all these needs, they need what? Money. They need money. So whatever the money you are going to give me, I am going to give them and earn some interest, and I'll share with you, right? So they said that, this thing I can do on my own. So he said, yes, you can do on your own. But if you are going to do this thing on your own, you have limited sources and you do not have an expertise in the organized lending. I have acquired some expertise. I am trying to understand all these things. So I can do it for you if you want. And you are going to get rich by not doing anything, just invest here. So some of them, they agreed. Some of them, they agreed and they said that, okay, fine, we will do it. But still, this is what you are making, what? A verbal promise. You are making what? A verbal promise only. So he said, no, I am not just making a verbal promise. I will give you a proper guarantee on the paper. And one more thing. In the case of a need, you can use this paper for your requirements. So these rich people say that, I am not getting your point. He said, okay, don't worry. Come to my office tomorrow with the gold coin. I'll make you understand each and everything. So they said, okay, fine, we will come tomorrow. So they went to his office next day and they saw that he was there, and he said, now let me know the scheme, whatever is your scheme. So he said that, sir, this is a paper. Right? This is a paper and there is another paper. Right? So this is another paper. One paper is having mention of 100 gold coins, and another paper, GC means here gold coin. Okay. So this paper is having the worth of 100 gold coins and this paper is having the worth of 10 gold coins, right? And now he said that, what? He said to B1, like B1, B2 and B3. Listen very carefully. He said that, whosoever bring this paper to me, I promise to repay 100 gold coins to that person. So X is making a promise to whom? Anyone who is going to bring that paper, I promise to pay 100 gold coins. Fine. Then B1 got furious. Why you are not mentioning my name? I am giving you that gold coin. Na? You have to mention my name. Why you are like doing this thing? So he said, no. See, why I am not mentioning your name? Because in case of need, you can go and use this paper even if you need something, like you want to purchase some good. like you want to purchase good M, right? So in the case of you want to purchase this product M, you can use this paper. But if it is going to be written, I am going to write your name, B1. The seller of this product M is going to purchase. No, he will say, no, why I'll take this paper, because it is your name. So bank is not going to accept this paper. The seller of M is saying to B1. But if no name is mentioned here, in that case, the seller of M can easily take it. So this is the purpose why I am not mentioning your name, right? But for this, I will mention your name because it is going to be equal to 10 gold coins. Suppose that this transaction, the transaction between X and B1, it is going to happen today. Today is 16th of November. 16th of November 2022. So this transaction between X and B1 is happening on what date? 16th of November 2022, right? So on this day, we are going to have a contract. In that contract, B1 is going to give his 100 gold coins to whom? X, and that X is going to provide a paper, a special paper, a very special paper on which he is taking an oath that this paper is having the worth of 100 gold coins. Whosoever will give this paper back to me, I promise to repay how much? 100 gold coins. Maybe some questions are coming in your mind. Hold those questions and listen very carefully, right? So this paper is going to be worth of 100 gold coins, but against the investment of 100 gold coins by B1 at X, he is going to get 110, that is 10 extra after 1 year. So his investment is going to mature after 1 year. So this paper which is also having the worth of 10 gold coins, when? After 1 year. Till then 1 year, this paper is just a piece of paper. It cannot be used for any transactional purpose. Why? Because this paper is going to have a value of what? Have a value of 10 gold coins. Have a value of 10 gold coins only after what? Only after 1 year, 16th of November 2023. Right? So, in that way, he conveys B1, B2 and B3. But he was also having fear in mind that paper may be forged. So he used special paper. He ordered the special paper, used special ink, all these things, and he created a kind of paper. Right? So this paper was created by him with the help of some people, so that this paper cannot be forged. And he has given this paper to whom? B1. Now B1 is a holder of that paper, right? B1 is a holder of that paper, and B1 is going to hold it, or if he want, he can use it, right? So in this way, the paper, right, is being created, and it is known as bank note. Why bank note? X is running a bank, and that note is written by a bank, and that is why it is what? Bank note. So what RBI issued, that is bank note, accepted by the government of India as a currency. So the paper currency, the so-called paper currency, earlier it was only metallic coins. Only metallic coins were there, and these coins are not just what? These coins are not just a metallic value, they are also used as a currency. Fine? Currency. But when the paper currency came into the picture, it is not automatically it's a paper currency. First they are what? Banknotes. Right? They are banknotes. These banknotes do not have any kind of government control. Number one, government's approval. This is the transaction between bank and their customers. Right? Bank and their customers. Till then here understood what I explained? Is it okay? Any doubt? Any doubt till then here? So how bank and their customers have started doing their transactions in terms of what? Banknote. So the investor and the bank started doing their transaction in terms of what? Banknotes. So how the banknote came into the picture? Understood? Banknote, how the banknote came into the picture. Forget about the currency, central bank and other thing. Why there is a bank, the term? Because they always have a money, right? Then how that banknote came into the picture. Okay, now suppose X did the transaction with B1, B2 and B3. He did the transaction with who? Three people. So if he did the transaction with three people, how much total gold coins he have? 300 gold coins he have. Fine. So 300 gold coins he have. And against that 300 gold coins, he have issued total 3 banknotes, each having the worth of how much? Each having the worth of 100 gold coins. Right? 100 gold coins. And now he have to return how much? He have to return 10 gold coins after 1 year. He have to return how much? 10 gold coins after 1 year. Or in other words, this paper on which he took the oath can become banknote after 1 year or not. After 1 year, it is going to be having the equivalent value of how much? Equivalent value of 10 gold coins or not. So it can become a banknote after 1 year, yes or no? Answer. Give me answer. After 1 year, it is going to become a banknote, yes or no? Quick. Answer is no. Even after 1 year, it cannot become a banknote. What I told you, because here is any name is mentioned here. Are you able to see any B1, B2 like thing here? No, na. But here what is mentioned? B1. So after 1 year, it is going to be what? It is going to be having a value of what? After 1 year, it is going to have a value of 10 gold coins. This paper is going to have a value of 10 gold coins. But it cannot become a banknote. Why? Banknotes can be used for purpose of transactions. This paper, even after 1 year, are you going to take this paper? In this paper, it is mentioned that B1 is going to get 10 gold coins against this paper after what? After 16th of November 2023. So suppose that I am B1, I am going to give you this paper. Give me the anything which is, suppose that 10 gold coins having the value of one Mercedes. Okay, just imagine. So I am telling you, please give me your Mercedes. I am giving you this paper after 16th of November 2023. You are going to have 10 gold coins against this paper. Are you going to get 10 gold coins? No, because my name is mentioned here. Only I can go to the bank and I can make it to what? 10 gold coins. So that cannot be used at what? Banknote. So what it is going to be used as a banknote? Any paper, it is going to be used as a banknote where the bank has given an oath. Bank is taking an oath. And bank is taking an oath and mentioning that whosoever will bring, I promise to pay. So promise to pay to who? Individual, a particular person, or the bearer? Individual person or particular person or bearer? Bearer means who is holding? Answer is the bearer. Right? It can become banknote only when it is having a kind of simple, the bearer of that note or the holder of that note, not a specific person. So another striking feature of banknote is what? Banknote, any piece of paper can become banknote only when bank is promising to pay to bearer of that person, who is going to bear that paper. Automatically bank is going to pay. Then it is going to be considered as what? A banknote. I'm talking about that point of time, not today's word. We will come to today's word, but understand what is a banknote and how it became popular in the Europe. And that means when the banknotes started being circulated in the economic system, that led to the development of central bank. Acha, please, if I am in the past, be with me in the past. When I am going to in the present, then come with me the present. If I am in the past, you are in the present, some people are in future, then there will be whole thing as a mesh you are not able to understand. If you want to understand, be systematic, learn like a kid who don't know anything, right? So this is the best way of learning. Just focus on the things. Don't try to connect the things which is happening right now. Today the things are more complex in the nature. We cannot relate the simplest way of that time and the more and more complex way of today's time. We will come here gradually. So like do not try to connect the things. Gradually we will go and create a chain, and in the chain you are able to understand. But first, step by step, try to learn. Okay. So what is banknote? If somebody is going to ask you how we can say the banknote is always in the bearer form. If somebody is going to ask to define a banknote is a note issued by a bank which is always in the bearer form, and bank always make a promise to accept it and provide the value which is mentioned in the banknote. Agreed? So here they are agreeing to pay how much? They are agreeing to pay how much? They are agreeing to pay this 10 gold coin. Sorry, 100 gold coins. So this can be used as a banknote, but this never going to be used at what? Banknote. We cannot use it as a banknote. Okay? Acha. Now, so banknote came into the picture. The bank, having how much gold coins? Having 300 gold coins. Fine, 300 gold coins. Now he simply do one thing. What he can do one thing? He can do simply one thing. He can go to certain capitalists like C1, C2, C3. These are the capitalist people who want what? Like I have mentioned here, na? They want what? Land, labor and capital. So for land, labor and capital they need what? Money. For money they will go to where they can easily get what? They can easily get money. So these are the people who need what? Money. Right? They need money. So they can approach to whom? X. And X is going to say that okay, fine. If you want money, then you have to pay the interest. Suppose that A have made this demand of 15% interest. So these capitalists, they started doing the calculations, all of their costing and how much revenue they are going to generate. So they thought that whatever I am going to invest, I am going to make a profit of somewhere around 30. Means revenue minus expenditure. So expenditure, cost of rent, labor cost, raw material, and what we are going to get in the form of revenue, they are able to make somewhere around 20 to 25% profit. So if I am going to make this amount of profit, it is not a problem for me to pay what? Pay 15% interest, right? Why? The simple thing is what? Because they are not going to put themselves in the risk. Money is of whom? Bank. So whose money at risk? Bank's money at risk, right? Bank's money at risk. So they said that okay, fine, we are ready to pay how much? We are ready to pay 15% interest, right? We are ready to pay 15% interest. No need to worry. We will pay the 15% interest. Okay. So deal is done. So C1, C2, C3, C4, lot of in this capitalist, they lined up and everyone want 100 gold coins. So they lined up in the bank, they negotiated with the bank. Bank is charging 15% interest on every 100 gold coins, and X is the owner of the bank, or he is running the bank, and he is saying that 100 gold coins 15% means C1, C2 and C3. These are the three people who are going to take this loan, and they are going to get 100 gold coins, and they have to return how much? 115 gold coins, right? But apart from C3, C4, C5, C6, they are also interested to take the loan. But bank have how much only? Bank have only 300 gold coins. So bank maximum can go for, maximum lending go for how much? Maximum lending of how much? Maximum lending of 300, right? So this man again went to those depositor, who? B1, B2 and B3. He said, sir, I am going to offer one more thing. Till then now, you are an investor. You have invested your 100, 100, 100, 300 gold coins you have invested, and you are going to get 330 combinedly. What if, apart from the investment, if I am going to offer you some shares in profit also? So these three rich people say that, okay, you are offering me a profit sharing of your bank. Why? Why you want to share the profit? Without reason you don't want to share the profit. So tell me the reason why you want to share the profit. He said that कि मेरे पास एक scheme है, right? You remember that dialogue कि मेरे पास एक scheme है, अमीरों वाली की scheme हाथ में लगी है. So he said that कि I have a scheme which I want to discuss with you. He said, okay, go ahead. Tell me your scheme. He said that, see, I have how much? I have three people who want to take this loan. No, actually I have six people who want to take the loan, right? Who want to take the loan. But the problem is that I have only wealth of how much? 300. So they said, okay, that means you need additional 300. You want that we can double our investment. He said, no. I am not asking you to what? To do the investment, more investment. Just what I want is, listen very carefully from here. He said that till then, because I am going to make you partner. So till then, they are not going to return what they are borrowing. You should not use this paper. Till then, they are going to borrow. And once they are going to borrow, after certain point of time, they are going to return, right? So till then, they are not going to return. Hold this paper. Like you are holding this one, hold this paper. If you hold this paper, then I can give you the profit sharing. So they said, how? He said, very simple. If you will hold this paper, right? If you will hold this paper, that means you are not going to come to my bank and asking for what? Give my money, 300 gold coins, right? So hold this paper, do not use it. And what I am going to do, in the name of these 300 gold coins which I have, I am going to create 6 banknote. I have how much? 300 gold coins. Each 100 gold coins equivalent to 1 banknote. Every 100 gold coin is having the value of how much? 1 banknote. So technically he can issue how many banknotes? 3. But what he is going to do? He is going to issue 6. And he is going to give these capitalists. So what will happen? You have a wealth of 300 gold coins, so technically you can issue 3 banknotes, each is having the worth of how much? 100 gold coins. But he said that I am going to issue how much? I am going to issue 6 banknotes. To whom? These C1, C2, C3, C4, C5 and C6. Right? So that they can use that banknotes in order to fulfill their needs. Right? So they can go and they can start using those banknotes for fulfilling their needs. After 1 year, they are going to return that 110 gold coins. No, they are going to return what? They are going to return that 100 gold coins. But B1 said that no. What you are saying, they are demanding what? They are demanding 100 gold coins. You are saying that you are going to give what? Banknotes. He said, yes, I am going to give them what? Banknotes. But will they agree? Will they agree or not? So this is the question of the credibility. So he said that they will definitely agree. So he said, how? How they are going to agree? So he said, okay, don't worry. I'll make you sure that how they are going to agree. So X called these capitalists next day and he said that see, rather than gold coin, I am going to give you what? I am going to give you this 100 rupee gold coin worth banknote. So capitalist said that who is going to accept this paper? Nobody will accept this paper now. I want to purchase some raw material, I have to pay the salary, I have to pay this thing. Nobody is going to purchase. Nobody is going to take this piece of paper. Everyone wants metal. So he said, don't worry. You are not the first person who have the trust issue. Earlier, very rich people of our city, they also have this trust issue, but now they are holding those banknotes. If you don't agree with me, you can go and have a discussion with them. Are they having the banknotes or not? So they said, okay, we will talk to those rich people. So capitalists went and have a discussion with them. They said, yes, I am having this banknote. So this is how the trust is being created. Bank, rich people. Abhi is still, means now with this government, they are very aggressively putting this thing to open the bank account. But still, if you remember 10 years back, if you want to open a bank account, sometimes government bank will say that I need a kind of recommendation of a reputed person from your particular area. That was a practice. 70s, 80s and 90s, there was a prominent practice. I need some reputed person. Even if you are going for loan, such kind of thing, the reputed person. So this is how the trust of banknote was created in the European cities. So with the name of trust, and I'll tell you one more example of the trust. Sometimes when you go to the local grocery store, Kirana store, and you have given 100 rupees and you purchase the good worth 94 rupees. So he is saying that I do not have a 6 rupees change, have this plastic token which is mentioned 6. So you said, what is this 6? This is the plastic. This is the plastic. How you can say that 6 rupees? He said, don't worry. Next time when you will come, you can use this 6 rupees plastic token as what? Currency. You can use that as a what? Currency. So no need to worry. Next time you went there and you have given that plastic and you have purchased the good worth 6 rupees. So that plastic was used as a currency or not. So this is how they started developing the trust among the people, from rich people to capitalists to common man. If the rich people and the capitalists having that complete faith and trust on these banknotes, then common people are automatically going to accept it. And this is how the different banks have started using their own banknotes. So the real gold, it is going to be stored where? In the vault of bank. And the piece of paper in the name of trust, created by whom? Bank. They are in circulation. Okay, what you have today in your pocket, suppose that you are having 500 rupees note or 2000 rupees note. is that piece of paper having the real 2000 rupees value? What Modi ji did in 2016? भाइयों बहनों, आज मध्य रात्रि से ये 1000 का नोट रहेगा, but it is not going to be the currency, and that rupee become piece of paper with the statement of Prime Minister, right? So this is what I am trying to make you understand, that paper is a piece of paper and it is accepted as a currency because it is issued by a bank, and that bank is having a trust of investors, rich people, capitalists. They are having a trust. So in the name of trust, you started using what? Banknotes. But at the same time, you are holding the real wealth where? In the vault of whom? Bank. So bank is having all these real wealth, and people are using banknotes as they trust on the bank, as they trust on the rich people and other people. Got my point? How these banknotes become in circulation in the Europe. So banknotes become very popular and they are easy to hold, like holding 100 gold coins in your pocket, not possible. But holding one piece of paper which is folded, you can easily hold that 100 gold coin worth banknote. So this is why ease of the circulation, easy to move, easy to use. That is why banknote become very popular. Like today government is saying that go cashless, and everybody is thinking that yaar kaun jeb mein chillar rakhe. Why we do have a chillar? Means the small coins in our pocket, use the UPI. Another reason why the UPI has become very popular, because it's very easy everybody is doing this and they are going to do the transactions. So rather than going to find, and sometimes what happen, if you are having too much coins in your pocket, right? Suppose that you have to pay 13 rupees and you are having the coins. Some people are not able to count it properly. They have to count 2-3 times. वो भी बोलेगा अरे यार जल्दी करो ना, कितना टाइम लगाते हो? And in the miscalculation, they have given 17 rupees rather than 13 rupees, right? So that is not so easy to transact with the coins, right? In today's world, that is why people prefer to go for what? UPI. So similarly, at that point of time, when the metallic coins are only there and banknote incepted, so people are more comfortable to use what? Banknotes over what? Coins. So this is how bank and banknote came into the picture. Understood? Any doubt till then here? Demonetization was good, bad, ugly, whatever was that, we will discuss it later, Siddhant, but first answer my question. Is any doubt? Are you able to get banknote, the history of the banknote, why the banknote, how it is going to be used, why they came into the picture? Why they came into the picture? Got it? Others, no sir, means no doubt, or you are not able to understand? No doubt, I hope. Acha. So if you do not have any doubt, right? So one bank started the system and he became very popular. So the spiral effect was created. Banks, all those banks was there at that point of time. They start using what? The same kind of the system. One bank is issuing a banknote having the value of 100 gold coins. Other is issuing. So one bank is issuing a banknote value of what? 100 gold coin, right? Another is issuing 50 rupees. Sorry, 50 gold coins. Another is issuing what? Another is issuing 20. Some is issuing 500. One is issuing 150. So in a particular geographical territory, the system of banknotes was started with what? With the denomination of 100. But gradually over the time, 50, 75, 150, 200. So lot of banknotes is in use. So that is why people will start getting confused. Which one is better, right? So every bank is saying that no, transact with me, my banknote is having the more trust and blah blah blah, a lot of things. But there is a concern for the government also. Means people have a trust issue, but government is not just concerned that people are having a trust issue on the banknotes. Government, see, if people are going to face any problem, then it is going to be the concern for whom? Government. If we are going to face any difficulty as a common man, then it is a responsibility of government to look over that issue at least. Even if you are not able to solve, at least try to solve it, look over that issue now. So government have a responsibility. So government getting concerned कि people are having this difficulty because there is no uniformity in the denomination of what? Banknotes. But this was not the main concern. The main concern was कि all the gold wealth which was earlier a part of government's treasury, government ka khazana, right? So it was earlier part of what? Government's treasury. So government treasury was holding all this metallic wealth in their treasury. Now all this metallic wealth is transferring to whose vault? Bank's vault. So bank are going to be what? Rich by metal, whereas government is going to get what? More and more piece of paper. Whenever government is going to collect what? The tax. People are doing what? People are saying that is take this banknote, and government cannot deny it. Why? If the government is going to deny, then people are going to return that banknote, and everyone going to have a trust issue. So government cannot deny it. So government is getting what? A piece of paper, and the real wealth is going to be stored where? At bank. So bank are going to be more powerful than government at a point of time. That is the main concern for the whom? Governments. So how to go and control the power in terms of what? The wealth. So government in a one step went for checkmate directly. One step and directly checkmate. No need to play a long game. Just rapid fire and go for what? Checkmate. Directly checkmate. How this checkmate was done by the government? Government said that there is a chaos in the economy. Every bank is issuing their own banknotes. Everyone is issuing their own banknotes, own banknotes, own banknotes. And because of this circulation of own banknotes, people are facing the difficulty. Government is not saying that our main concern is that. Government is saying that people are very worried, people are having a lot of difficulties, and government have a responsibility to solve this problem. So at present in the financial system, bank B1, bank B2, and all these bank B3, all of them they are issuing what? All of them they are issuing banknotes. Right? Government said that now from this date only the banknote issued by central bank shall be accepted as a currency. The banknote issued by whom? The banknote issued by whom? A bank known as central bank, and this central bank is going to be established by the government. Government will establish a bank, and this bank is going to be responsible for circulation of banknote, and these banknotes, only these banknotes shall be accepted as a currency. You heard the term the legal tender. So this is what legal tender. Only this banknote is going to be accepted as what? Currency. So this is called as a legal tender. So we are going to make it as a legal tender. Officially government is saying that now only this banknote will be used at what? Currency. So Reserve Bank of India's note is going to be accepted as a currency, not Children's Bank of India is going to be accepted as a currency. Right? So in that one decree issued by the government, and government said this thing, so people got worried. People said that, oh my god, how I am going to do that? I am having the banknote issued by the bank 2 and bank 1. So government said that no need to worry. You just deposit that note to whom? The respective bank, right? And that respective bank is going to exchange your banknote with the banknote issued by whom? The central bank. So demonetization, what banknotes was having a capacity of used as what? Currency. Banks are issuing their banknotes, people are using those banknotes as a currency, and when the central bank came into the picture, government said that only central bank will issue that banknote and it will be accepted as a currency. So we are circulating the central bank's banknote, the banknote issued by whom? Central bank. So central bank is going to issue these banknotes to these banks, and people who are having banknotes issued by these banks, they can go and deposit their banknotes and they can get back what? They can get back their, they will deposit their banknote to these banks and they will get the banknote issued by whom? Central bank. But when central bank is going to give banknotes to whom? B1, B2, B3, B4, all these banks. What they are going to take it? The gold. So the gold which is held by these banks, they have to deposit to whom? Central bank. And against the deposit of the gold, central bank is going to issue what? Central bank is going to issue the banknotes. Fine. So the gold which was deposited by the common man, rich man, poor man, whosoever in the bank, and they get the banknotes. Now the banknote is going to be issued only by whom? Central bank, and central bank against that banknote is going to hold all those gold which was earlier accumulated by these banks. So who is accumulating all these gold? Even today RBI have the gold reserves, right? RBI have a gold reserve now. So who maintain the gold reserve for the government of India? Any other agency or RBI? It's RBI. It's RBI now. No other, it is RBI. RBI hold that banknotes. Sorry, gold reserve. So if means why only RBI? What my finance, Ministry of Finance and other, they are holding the gold reserve for the government of India? Are you getting this point? Ki why the gold reserve is maintained by the central bank? Reserves of the gold, right? There is separate term gold reserve system for issuing of the currency. We will take it. We will take it later, but I am precisely talking about the gold reserve. So gold reserve of the government of India is maintained by central bank. Why central bank? Because in this way the system was evolved. Understood? And how the central bank become a monetary issuing authority. So since the inception of the central bank all over the world, they are monetary issuing authority, money issuing authority. So money is going to be issued by the central bank. So the birth of central bank was there because they have to play the role of what? Monetary authority. So who will responsible the monetary policy? Obviously the central bank, no any other agency. So if there is a central bank, the purpose of the central bank, the first purpose of the central bank is what? That central bank must be the monetary authority. Okay? So clear? Till then here things are clear. Why central bank become the monetary authority? So for today, till then here, just keep that thing in your mind. I have not dictated anything or I have not given any kind of the notes, and these annotations are not required for you, right? Unnecessary, you will get confused, you will think that that is ancient sculptures, right? If you are going to see those things after a certain point of time, you will think that sir have explained some ancient sculptures in the first lecture. No, just understanding for today's lecture. Dictation and few things. I told you that I'll give some dictations also and notes also. So from tomorrow onwards. So till then now what we understood, how the central bank came into the picture, why central bank came into the picture, what is banknote, why banknote is always in the bearer form, how this concept evolved, and why bank is called bank. Any doubt? So, so just winding up today's class. Tomorrow we will start at 8, and from there what I'll explain you how RBI came into the picture. I told you that the inception of central bank is for the purpose of monetary authority. But RBI established in India in 1935. The system of banknotes do exist in India from 19th century. So how these things evolve in Indian context, we will discuss tomorrow, and I'll give you certain notes also, maybe before the class or after the class I'll share with you. Okay? So I'm going to wind up this today's class. Tomorrow we will start with RBI, right? So, oh, it's 9:37, more than 1 hour. So thank you for your cooperation. We'll start tomorrow at 8. Okay? Thank you.